Formal prayers. We know that Muslims are expected by the Almighty to say 5 times a day prayers which are obligatory. 3 of these prayers, and sometimes 2, are to be done at a time when they are in their offices. Zuhr, Asr, at times Maghrib, and in some cases Isha as well. Now, if there is somebody who is employing Muslim employees, he should know about it. And if the employer is a Muslim employer, then he must allow the employees time for them to say their prayers. They are under an obligation to do it, and therefore, while they are doing a job for the employer, they must get an opportunity to say their prayers, which is a religious obligation. Usme, agar if they make arrangements for a praying place, it's going to be indeed good. And if there is a mosque that has been built within the vicinity of the workplace or nearby, then it is even better. But the minimum expectation from a Muslim employer is that he allows his her employees to say their prayers on a regular basis, which is their obligation. The employees who are to pray must make sure that they pray and then get back to work. हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जाहिर है कि कुछ टाइमिंग्स होते हैं विद इन दी वर्किंग आवर्स जब वो काम नहीं करते बल्कि लंच करते हैं, टी ब्रेक होती है, कोई रेस्ट की ब्रेक हो सकती है. विद इन द गिवन ब्रेक्स द prayer should be offered, and one should recognize and acknowledge the fact that employees go to their offices primarily to work. Obviously, saying prayers is an obligation, but they cannot waste time, spend more time than is expected in the name of prayers, bringing an excuse that they were praying. So, employees को भी इसका ख्याल रखना है कि वो एम्प्लॉयर का टाइम वेस्ट ना करें और दीन का भी भरम रखें. You know, when you are going for a prayer, you should create an impression, a good impression, that your prayers make you a good employee. It helps in making your efforts more productive, more effective. It makes you more polite. It makes you morally upright. So, employees की obligation जब वो नमाज पढ़ते हैं तो वो बड़ी अहम हो जाती है. This issue, when an employee is in an environment which is primarily not a Muslim environment, where the employers are non-Muslims and the fellow employees are also non-Muslims in a big number, it is important that Muslims, while they say their prayers, they should also not cause people to have a negative understanding about prayers. If they will go to say their prayers in a manner that they will waste time and would not come back within the given time of the break, it will create a bad impression. If they will do wudu in a manner that they will cause the floor to get wet, it is not going to create a good impression. So, while saying prayers is a brilliant activity to do, because we are thanking our God and it's our religious obligation, we must make sure that in the process we are taking care of the fact that we are neither wasting the time of the employer nor creating a negative, bad impression in the minds of non-Muslims or sometimes fellow Muslims as well. Because indeed, prayer, according to the Quran, prevents us, stops us from doing all that is vulgar and indecent and what is wrong and forbidden. So, One must pray while we are doing our work, but one must also behave according to the expectations of prayers while we are in the workplace.